This video is going to lead you through Word Problems Episode B Practice, the assignment on our math seesaw. So going through the instructions, watch Word Problems Episode B video on YouTube. Congrats, you already did your first step. Once you've watched the lesson, complete the rest of the word problems on your own. Take your time, use your strategies, and as always, do your best work. You can do this. Step-by-step instructions. Click on the green Add Response icon. Read each question closely. Use the highlighter tool to find clue words. Then use either the text box tool or the drawing tool to answer each question. Make sure you show your work. Double check all of your answers, then tap the check button to submit your work. Question 1. Bart bought a baseball for $4.35. He paid with a $10 bill. How much change did Bart receive? Show your work and label your answer. So for this problem, we are going to be doing subtraction with a decimal. Since we've never done that before, I'm going to set the problem up for you. So he started with $10, correct? Not $10.01, not $10.02, $10.00. He spent, so he took away $4.35. So when you're subtracting with fractions, that decimal drops straight down into the same exact place. Oops, I did not mean to use highlighter, I meant to use pen. Into the exact same place value spot that it was in before. So then we're going to subtract as normal. We can't do 0 minus 5. We can't borrow from one spot over or two spots over. We have to borrow all the way from the front. That doesn't help us. So I'm going to have to borrow again, turn that 10 into a 9, turn that 0 into a 10. I still can't do 0 minus 5, so I have to borrow one last time. Now I can do 10 minus 5, which is 5, 9 minus 3, which is 7, 9 minus 4, which is 5, and I don't have anything left over here. So for this first question, if we do $10 and no cents minus $4.35, our answer is $5.75. Question 2. Miss Deering gave a box of crayons to each of her 9 reading students. Each box had 2 dozen crayons in it. How many crayons did they have in all? So I'm going to go highlight the things that I think are important. So she has 9 reading students, and each box had 2 dozen crayons. 1 dozen is 12, so 2 dozen is 24. So Miss Deering gave each of her 9 students 24 crayons. How many crayons did they have in all? That in all is a pretty big clue word that tells me we are going to, in the end, add. So what we're going to do is figure out how many crayons we have if we have 9 groups of 24. There's a few strategies you could use to solve this. You could set up a multiplication problem in standard form. You could set up an area model of 24 times 9, or you could draw a picture showing 9 groups of 24. However you choose to solve this problem, make sure to show your work in the open space and write your answer on the line below. Right, for this problem, we have a few parts dealing with the same question stem. There are 8 gloves in the lost and found box. 3 are blue, 4 are green, and 1 is black. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight my important information. 3 are blue, 4 are green, and 1 is black. All right, moving down to part A. What fraction of the gloves are black? So remember, that's going to be a part over a whole. We know that there are 8 gloves total. So our denominator, our bottom number, will be 8. So how many out of the 8 are black? For part B, what fraction of the gloves are blue? So how many out of 8 are blue? And C, which fraction of the gloves are not green? So all the gloves except for the green ones. How many are there out of 8? Make sure you're writing that as a fraction. Number 4. Kenneth practices trumpet each day from Monday through Friday. He practiced for 10 minutes on Monday and 25 minutes on each of the other days. How many minutes did he practice in all? So there's a few ways that you can solve this problem. I personally would draw a tape diagram that sets out 25 minutes on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, and then adding in that 10 minutes on Monday. Either way, however you choose to add these minutes up, make sure you show your work in the space there for you and write your answer on the line below. For number 5, we're going back to the beginning of the school year, those different forms of number. Right now, A, B, and C are all written in word form, So that's the way that we speak it, is how they're written. Standard form is that super common number form. So for example, 100 written in word form is 100 in standard form. So we're putting it into numbers. Remember, if they don't give you a value for a place value, so if it doesn't say how many ones there are, that means that there's 0. So I see part A, 2,033,070. Since it doesn't say 71 or 72, that tells me that my number is going to end in 70. It also doesn't tell me 100's place value, so I'm going to put a 0 there. So I'll leave it up to you to fill in the rest of these numbers, but think back to the beginning of the year. Think about our place value charts. Remember, it goes from ones, then we have tens, hundreds, thousands, ten thousands, hundred thousands, millions, 10 millions, and so on. That's all the space I have, or all the space that I have space for, I guess. So just make sure you're turning all of these numbers from word form into standard form, so they will look like numbers. All right, let me know if you have any questions, any comments, and I can't wait to see your work.